We're in beautiful Miami where Penn State gets set to take on Notre Dame in the Orange Bowl. Coming up on Nittany Nation Gameday, how this staunch Notre Dame defense is led by a former Nittany Lion. Riley Holsinger joins us to talk about the history Marcus Freeman and James Franklin are trying to make. Plus this.
I'm fortunate I'm only missing 3 buttons.
John Drager introduces us to the one and only Button Man and the inspiring story behind his collection. All of that and so much more as we count down the kickoff. It's Nittany Nation Game Day, an Orange Bowl special.
What I'm doing, getting right to it. Yeah, the money is talking, I'm flowing, it's coming in just how I do it. Yeah, you know what it is. Hey, we doing it big. Look up, there is no limit, no, we cannot settle for this. Yeah, can't stop, nah, won't stop. Yeah, it's been on live. You don't believe it, just watch.
Welcome in Hard Rock Stadium. I'm Andrew Clay, Allie Berube by my side for this Nittany Nation Game Day Orange Bowl special. Allie, what an incredible journey Penn State has been on, and here we are in South Florida as Penn State is 1 win away for playing for a national championship.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many people had this on their bingo card for this season, especially after Penn State lost to Ohio State there mid-year, but nonetheless they get into the college football playoff after playing in the Big Ten championship, that home win against SMU, and then of course knocked off Boise State in Glendale. The Nittany Lions won their first Fiesta Bowl since 2017 last week with a pretty comfortable 31-14 win over Boise State. Penn State is now 9-0 all-time in that Fiesta Bowl. The passion and excitement was evident following that win. Just listen here to senior center captain Nick Dawkins after the game.
We're so blessed with where we're at, man. You know, right now I'm in Arizona. I'm playing in this bowl, and then go to Miami, play in the Orange Bowl, and it's the opportunity to win a national championship. You know, you can't write it better than this.
I think many people felt after Notre Dame's loss to Northern Illinois in a game the Irish played the Huskies $1.4 million to play in, that Notre Dame's postseason hopes were instantly dashed. But this is a team that has dug in. Head coach Marcus Freeman has credited leadership for steering the ship straight. Quarterback Riley Leonard told me this week the team had to learn how to handle its successes, something he feels will be put to the test on Thursday.
This is a great challenge after beating Georgia to see how we respond to a big win. So that's one lesson we learned, and hopefully we're able to showcase this game. It's just our maturity after a big win.
The thing I respect about them most is the way they led when things weren't going so well, right? The ability to stand in front of the team, the ability to say this is our culture and this is what we're going to do and this is the work we're going to put in. I got a lot of respect for them. I've said this before, but culture's revealed in tough moments.
So let's look closer at the Irish. It all starts on offense with Notre Dame's mobile quarterback Riley Leonard, who's thrown for 2,400 yards, rushed for 700. But really, this team is all about Al Golden's defense. Yes, you heard that right, the former Nittany Lion himself. The Irish are second in the country in scoring defense and have forced 31 turnovers, which leads all of football. That Notre Dame secondary may be second to none. After the midseason injury to Benjamin Morrison, Xavier Watts hits the anchor of this unit. He's got 6 picks, 8 passes defended. He's day 2 draft pick right now, a real difference maker for Notre Dame. This Irish secondary, while it has been hit up a couple times, has held opposing quarterbacks to 125 or fewer yards in 8 of their 14 games.
Notre Dame in particular does a great job of, making everything contested catches. One thing that's different about their DB room in general is they're a pretty tall DB room and lengthy in terms of their arm size. I don't think they have a DB shorter than 6 foot, which is really not common, I think, in college football in general. And they're physical.
Good thing here for Penn State, Allie, is they haven't thrown through the postseason in the air, but run through it on the ground. Nick Singleton and Katron Allen have been at their best over the past 4 weeks. Then the Lions have run for 900 yards and 10 touchdowns over the last 4 games, averaging better than 5.6 yards per carry. So Penn State and Notre Dame on this side of the bracket. Winner moves on to play the winner of the Cotton Bowl, where Texas plays Ohio State.
The Buckeyes peaking at the right time, Andrew, with a massive blowout win in both of their first 2 playoff games. Ohio State a 6-point favorite Friday against the Longhorns.
Now in Atlanta during the national championship game, one of these 2 head coaches will make history. Either James Franklin or Marcus Freeman will be the first black head football coach to play in the national championship.
Yeah, so let's head back to Pennsylvania where Nittany Nation's Riley Holsinger joins us in studio tonight. This is a pretty crazy story with some interesting timing, Riley.
It's fitting that the national championship game is held the same day this year as Martin Luther King Jr. Day. It's a day that recognizes the barriers that Dr. King helped break. And this year, James Franklin and Marcus Freeman will have a chance to etch themselves into the history books. It's been 46 years since Willie Jeffries became the first African-American Division I head football coach. Now either Freeman or Franklin will be the first one to coach in a national championship game.
For me to sit here and say that it's not important and it's not significant would not be accurate.
Back in 2007, Indianapolis Colts head coach Tony Dungy made history by becoming the first black coach to win a Super Bowl.
I remember thinking that as a coach, how significant that was, in the profession, and how significant that was for young coaches coming up in the profession to see those guys in that role.
That moment opened up the world of possibilities for future Penn State head coach James Franklin.
My goal is to be the first African-American football coach to win a college national championship.
And just like with Dungy, Franklin and Freeman know the impact they can have on others trying to follow their footsteps.
It's a reminder that you are a representation for many others, and many of our players that look the same way I do.
There was a lot of conversations about, will this impact the profession? Will this impact opportunities, for guys, earned opportunities for guys?
At the time Dungy won the Super Bowl, there was just 6 African-American head coaches in college football. Nearly 18 years later, that number grew to 16.
I know some people will say, well, that's not a huge increase, but it is an increase.
And they hope this moment will grow that number even more.
I hope so. I think at the end of the day, you just want an opportunity, and you want to be able to earn it through your work and through your actions.
Fun fact for the both of you, the stadium that Dungy made history in was Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. That's the same exact site of this year's Orange Bowl, where one of these coaches will make history. Reporting back here in the snowy state of PA, I'm Riley Holsinger. Back to you guys in Miami.
Thanks for that incredible story there, Riley. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, Abdul Carter, the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, didn't play much during Boise State game. What is his status heading into the Orange Bowl? We'll have that coming up.
Plus, John Drager introduces us to the infamous Button Man and his inspiring story behind the collection.